What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 5 reasons you shouldn't mess with the USA. So this video, I don't know how much you know about the US military.
Not a huge amount.
No, which I didn't either, to be fair. Millie didn't be when we went into this. But this is basically an insight of how powerful the US actually is.
Okay.
Like you kind of, I kind of had the idea, I know the US has a big military, I know they spend quite a bit of money, but I don't really understand how powerful they actually are.
No.
So this will help.
Yeah.
At least it's 5 reasons for so many other videos as well, which maybe we'll do in the future. Because there's videos like, could the US conquer the UK, like probably invade it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gives you a bit more of an insight of how either potentially powerful they are, or not as powerful as you think. I'm not going to spoil it. But all I will say is, as I always say in these videos, I am glad we're friends with America. In terms of Britain's always the cousin, an ally. We always say we're cousins, brothers and all that.
Yeah.
I am very glad, and this video will highlight that.
Yeah, I know of them as being a superpower, but that's about as much as it is.
Don't actually know the details and stuff like that. You ready to get into it?
Yeah, definitely.
Smash that button, guys. Smash that subscribe. If you're enjoying this content, like I said, on the others, the more you guys like and subscribe on these videos, the more we know you want to see of Sally, Millie's mum, and these videos, because we're all redoing previous videos. I have seen this disclaimer, but this was years ago, I can't remember, and I'm going to be blown away again. It blows me away every time. You ready to get into it?
Yeah,
let's go.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe.
Do you know what?
In this video,
Yeah, I would. I have a bit of a fear of commercial flying.
Okay.
But I would love to go into one of those really fast.
With someone else flying, opposite. Yeah, I would love to do it. I'd be bricking it.
I would feel safer, I think.
Yeah. I suppose they have so much more training, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I would just love to feel that thrill of it.
Yeah, if there's any legends out there who can hook that up one day, hook it up.
We'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines. As of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any other country in the world. The USA has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, heavy bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit. In fact, the United States pioneered this technology in the 1980s with the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack aircraft. Stealth aircraft are designed to avoid detection using a variety of technologies that reduce radar reflection from ground, sea, or air-based radar antennas.
Yeah, stealth always just mind blows me.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Just how someone actually thought about doing that and then figured out how to do it.
Incredible.
It's mad, isn't it?
Incredible. Yeah, that's just like game changing, isn't it? It's
pretty much.
You can sneak up on your enemy without them being able to detect you. Well, it's
a massive advantage, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But yeah, just the idea of it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Antennas, thereby reducing its radar cross-section, or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a 5th-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section of just 0.0001 meters squared, about the size of a bumblebee. What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor. Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft. Even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes, it's a whole other story to successfully track them and register a missile kill.
I suppose they're going at speed.
The whole idea behind this technology is to break the chain in which a conventional surface-to-air missile defense system works. It's the same reason countries like China and Russia are also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively. These aircraft will allow the US Air Force to assert its air superiority over any battlefield of the future. And we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war.
Yeah,
the next reason why any country going to war with the US military should think twice is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean, especially the Navy's supercarriers. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers, which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world. The only Navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, but they only have 2 operational carriers.
There we go. So we've got 2, they've got 11, and we're the closest.
Yeah, that's a bit of a gap.
That is massive. Like, if you think about the whole world. So again, good job with friends.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep it that way.
Like, again, I mean, I didn't know much about aircraft carriers, and again, if we do more videos, we'll learn more about them. But they are quite a massive thing as well, carrying a lot of obviously planes and stuff like that. They do a massive job, pretty much. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, and the videos will describe, but they are big. Instead we've got 11.
Yeah, but amazing to think that you could sail anywhere in the world and literally launch planes from these places.
Literally, and with the nuclear as well, I think they can literally just keep going. It's like a ridiculous amount of years it takes for them to run out of fuel. So it's not like they go somewhere, like go near China, it's like, oh, we need to go and refuel. Because it's on the nuclear, it can just keep going.
Oh, wow.
So it's like kind of endless where they can go. It's mad.
The Nimitz class of carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft. They're literally a floating small town in the ocean.
It's like a town,
airport. The Nimitz class carriers in themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly. A carrier seldom deploys alone. There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group.
So much protection.
These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and other support vessels. Together, they project the power of the carrier, and at the centre of the group forward...
See, that always... Wow. I think it's like a stock image, which ends up on a lot of these videos. It always just mind blows me.
That's incredible.
If you were like the enemy or someone like that, and you just saw that coming out, you're just like, oh...
Yeah, you would think twice, wouldn't you, really?
Definitely, it's such a mad image, that.
Yeah.
Towards the enemy. While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy makes the US carrier strike group almost impenetrable. The United States Navy maintains 9 such carrier strike groups, 8 of which are based in the United States and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all. Despite this, the US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. class, intended to replace the Nimitz class ships. This new supercarrier will be even more technologically advanced and is expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century. The third reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs.
Yeah, that's always scary,
The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US nuclear triad, along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile, SLBM, and nuclear warheads carried on long-range strategic bombers. ICBMs are launched from ground-based missile silos,
it's mad seeing them actually go up as well, just powering it.
Spaceflight, approximately 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The body of the missile then separates from the warhead, which re-enters the atmosphere and free falls to the assigned target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. The LGM-30G Minuteman III is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat. Throughout the Cold War and beyond...
Obviously you grew up with that as well. I don't know if you ever heard anything like that, or it's just interests me. So obviously 99 for me, no experience of a Cold War or anything like that. No. Ever aware of like a nuclear threat or anything like that? I know obviously you were quite young at the time.
Yeah, because I was kind of a child of the 70s, so I kind of remember.
Yeah, you'd been about just early teens potentially, weren't you?
Yeah, I do remember hearing
it, but not too massive.
No, I knew that it was very much sort of seemed to be Russia, America with the big.
I suppose
superpowers then, but
putting it another way, I suppose it's kind of like maybe a 10, 11-year-old today hearing about potential Ukraine, Russia, kind of know about it.
Yeah.
Don't really know it's a massive thing, but just know of it and heard about it.
Not really know the ins and outs. I remember watching like those big parades that they had, like the Russian ones.
Oh, okay.
And all the big.
Just showing off the nuclear and stuff like that.
Yeah,
wow.
I remember watching those.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting because obviously we were 99, so we have no recollection, just what we've read and stuff.
Yeah, I can remember things in the paper as well. Then there was a few programs on TV as well about what to do in the event of a nuclear war.
Oh wow, that must have been quite scary.
Yeah, but then being a child, it was kind of scary in one way, but then. You're
thinking about your game or something you're going to play after that. Definitely.
If, my mum said to me, "Don't worry about it. It's nothing for you to worry about," and then I didn't. So,
just got on to the next one. Went and played
but I do remember hearing about it all. And,
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
These missiles have undergone constant modernisation. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion engines, the propellants used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years, with improved reliability that supports the missile's remarkable 99% alert rate. The latest versions of the missiles have a range of over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth at 7,117.5 miles. They can carry multiple 330 kiloton nuclear warheads, which is 20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
See, that's mad.
Not only that,
20 times
each of those
greater.
warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV, and was first developed for the Minuteman III family of missiles. So any country messing with the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower, which can be launched at a moment's notice. If it weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire down on you, it would be precision-guided munitions, or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead. This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea.
I just got a submarine.
All branches of the US military use...
You knew that was heading towards you. I mean, you were just...
What can you do?
Yeah.
Like I say, it could just be a submarine in the sea. What can just launch that? You never know where it is or anything like that. Like I say, good job with friends. Good job with friends.
Smart bombs in some forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency. These bombs are so effective that during the First Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits. Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone. Nowadays, the military uses PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms and use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise hits. A large majority of PGMs use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, of satellites to guide their trajectory to target. However, sometimes this becomes a problem, as GPS coverage is not always reliably available everywhere across the globe, or bad weather conditions can hinder operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance.
That's interesting.
The project is known as Moving Target Artillery Round, or MTAR for short. The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin Integrated Management self-propelled 155mm artillery systems already in use by the US military. The shells will also feature an extended range of 40 to 60 miles using rocket boosters to propel them. Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent weapon system that outclasses others around the world. Lastly, the fifth and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is drones. We're all familiar with what an unmanned
New technology, isn't it? now?
New technology coming in, and I feel like it's just going to go this way. And
Yeah.
it's safer for no pilots back in base or whatever. It makes sense it's going this way.
Yeah.
But again, it's just all the other same things just now in an unmanned aircraft.
Yeah,
It's mad, isn't it?
it's incredible.
I suppose you can stay up in the let us know in the comments. Suppose stay up in the air longer because you don't have somebody who needs to go to the toilet,
No, that's true.
needs
They can
to
just,
eat,
yeah,
drink. Just
Yeah.
stay up there as long as it's got fuel, I guess.
yeah, and it's just saving men, isn't it? Really, it's it's keeping men on the ground and
Definitely, yeah, in the headquarters controlling it.
yeah,
Definitely, yeah. It seems to definitely be a really good thing for drones.
aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to do. But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it. At first, used only for surveillance missions, drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks and have been extensively used by the US military in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over the next decades, the US is in line to purchase over 1,000 combat drones of various classifications. Some of them, like the Lockheed Martin RQ-170 Sentinel and the Boeing MQ-25 Stingray, are already in the final stages of development, and once finished, will provide the US military with state-of-the-art
awesome, doesn't it?
platforms.
Yeah, at least it looks like the massive bombers,
yeah,
but in drone format,
Yeah.
so just a boys flying.
Mm.
But they are beasts, aren't they?
yeah, they are.
They are absolutely,
Absolutely.
and again, the amount of money pumped into this, the technology is it is mad. It is
Yeah.
absolutely mental.
Capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions to aerial refueling. Drone technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours, waiting for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity. This capability will allow all the services under the US military to reduce its dependency on manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5 weapon systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them. In a conventional warfare setting, it's almost impossible to beat the US military machine. That's
Pretty
why
much.
modern enemies of the United States are employing more and more asymmetric warfare strategies against the mighty US military. Despite that, the US military juggernaut is hands down the most powerful military complex in the world today, and probably will be for decades to come.
Enjoy that?
It's awesome, isn't it?
It is
Really awesome.
awesome, mental, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Um,
But very interesting, actually. I do like military sort of
It's
information. and
nice to actually
things
learn
like
a little
that.
bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you hear about it on the news and stuff like that, don't you? US is a superpower, but actually knowing why the superpower kind of
Yeah.
helps a little bit as well.
Yeah,
And
incredible.
what sticks out in my mind is for 7 billion on upgrades. You think that's only upgrades.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're creating all these drones, they're creating new. The amount of money is insane, and I know we have other videos which will go into that a little bit if we do check them out with you. And again, you'll be mind blown by that. And the could it conquer the UK one's quite interesting. Which, if you guys want to check it out, let us know in the comments below, because that is it's a bit different to defending,
Okay.
I guess, isn't it? That is, can you actually go somewhere? Because we're quite far away, aren't we?
Yeah.
Miles away, where you haven't got any headquarters there in theory. Can you actually get on the land? Can you take over the land when you've got all the people there and stuff like that? So it's quite interesting to see how actually powerful they are. Can they take over a nation? Because if you think about World War II, Germans couldn't do it to the UK with the Sea Bridge and stuff like that. It's like, oh, could they? So let us know in the comments if you want to check that one out. It is quite interesting, and it potentially highlights how powerful they are, or maybe not as... I won't spoil it. You guys know the answer. I know the answer as well, but I won't spoil it. Enjoy that, though?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Good. Smash that
Really
button, guys.
interesting.
Smash that subscribe button as well, you absolute legends. And yeah, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.